Every day, you wake up with a choice. Stay the same or fight. Join me as I dive into the stories of high achievers who have faced obstacles head-on and emerged stronger. We'll explore the principles that guide their lives, the strategies that built their success, and the faith that keeps them grounded. This is the Apex Mindset, where we understand what it takes to win, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And where we don't just talk about the fight, we live it. Hope, grit, endurance. This is where it all comes together. Let's get into it.
Welcome to another episode of the Apex Mindset. Today I am excited to introduce a brand new series I'm doing. It's called Beyond the Gear. So basically, all this series is going to be about is I'm going to be talking about the tools, the gear, equipment, books, software, whatever that I personally use and personally believe in, and I also believe will help others to reach their peak performance. They're going to be reviews, some thoughts, some use cases, how I use it, etc., etc. So this is going to be all about this is all gear related and equipment and just stuff, basically. The main reason that I really wanted to do this new series is there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of stuff that I'm using. There's a lot of stuff that other people are using. And I think it just, you get kind of lost in the stuff and and there's some stuff, hidden gems out there that people aren't, realizing are so great or just don't take advantage of. And I want to bring those to light. I want people to see those things. I think this whole series is really just to be about, or the whole mission, I guess, of this series is to just introduce some things and talk about things and, really just explore what we have on here and what I use and what maybe some of what y'all use too. If there's something that you guys really firmly believe in and think is going to be great, share it with me, and maybe it'll make an appearance here on the podcast. It might. Just depends on what it is. I may even change some of my stuff around depending on what I find that is better. There may be some times that down the road, like I said, I may be using a supplement or something like that now that eventually I find a better one, and then I'll just share that one. So these are none of this is sponsored. Absolutely zero of these are sponsored. These are all just my own opinions, my own thoughts. This is all me. This is all just things I want to talk about. So today's episode is really going to be about the supplement that I'm using for energy and focus, and that is going to be this stuff right here. It is the Optimum Nutrition's Amino Energy. Why do energy supplements, why do they matter for performance? Several reasons. For starters, energy fuels performance. So fatigue can lead to bad form, slower reaction, and mental fog. So, you can hurt yourself if you're not energized enough to perform properly. I also find that a good energy source, a good, source or a good amount of energy is going to help you just lift better, run better, do better. So energy fuels performance. That's number one. Also, good focus can keep you really locked in. It gives you a better mind-muscle connection. So, your cells and your blood and everything is flowing the way it's supposed to. It brings, oxygen to the blood and it helps those grow. It helps those do what they're supposed to do. Helps you with recovery. Having good focus is going to help you, in just a lot of ways. And also decision making, it's just going to help you think faster, think quicker. Those are the same word. It's going to help you just do better overall, have a more, properly functioning brain, so to speak. Also, so caffeine and nootropics, which this Amino Energy does in fact have in it. Nootropics are substances that enhance cognitive function, so memory and focus, which contributes. Let me go back. So, nootropics and caffeine together will equal out to a clean stimulation, and it's also going to boost your alertness without having any crashes or any jitters. So, a lot of people take caffeine and they're, I'm all jittery when I get caffeine, or, they have a caffeine crash, they overdo it and then they just crash. Well, having the nootropics in there, which, repeating again, nootropics are substances that enhance cognitive function, so your memory and focus. It also helps your cells move things along the body and deliver things to the body or the brain that need it, are going to pretty much eliminate those problems. It's not going to give you any jitters. It's not going to give you crashes, whatever. But the superstar of this Amino Energy is the amino acids. So amino acids plus the electrolytes, so this particular flavor that I have here is not a electrolyte focused supplement, but there are Optimum Amino Energies. There are some that have electrolytes in them specifically, and it will say on the front of the label with electrolytes. But amino acids and electrolytes together really, really support endurance, because what they do is they really help sustain your energy. So when you get that energy, it helps you keep that level of high all the way throughout the day, so that it doesn't just wear off and then you have to take more and yada, yada, yada. So, adding the amino acids, boosting it with the electrolytes helps keep that level, it keeps your levels stable. And it also helps in recovery. You need your electrolytes when you run. That's just bottom line. I mean, you always burn through your electrolytes, and one of the biggest problems that runners face is dehydration. So getting that electrolyte support is going to help your recovery. So that's a big thing right there. And honestly, getting the right supplement is not just going to enhance your training, but it's going to help your daily productivity. And it's going to really fuel not only just your body, but also your mind. Throughout the day, not everybody trains 24/7. So having something that can help you when you're at work, help you when you're at school, help you study, help you focus, help you do what you need to do throughout the day, and then also be able to help you when you get to the gym and crush a good workout, or get to the gym, get on the track and crush a good run. I mean, this does it all to me. So, this is just, I love this stuff. So Amino Energy by Optimum Nutrition. Why do I love it so much? There's countless reasons, but before I go into that, so what I basically do with this stuff is, one serving I think is about 2 full scoops of this, and it comes with a scoop, as most supplements will. So 2 full scoops with about 16 to 20 ounces of water. Usually I do about 20, and I drink it throughout the workday. So I don't chug it down first thing in the morning. I take it to work. I have it on my desk, and I just use it as kind of my water bottle for the day. And then I try to at least finish it by 5. By 5, I want to make sure that it's actually done. So when I get off work, I don't have to worry about having any left. If I do, I just guzzle that rest of it down and help kind of a little bit of boost energy right at the end, right before I do my workout. So, but my main thing is I just kind of drink it throughout the day. And it has some really amazing flavors. Currently, my favorite flavor here is, again, the Tropical Sunrise. It's kind of a citrusy, tropical flavor. I mean, the picture shows tangerines, shows, I guess that's a papaya, and, some other stuff like that. I'm a very big citrus person. I like citrusy, fruity kind of juices and stuff like that. So that's my favorite flavor, but they have other ones like, they have an apple one that's really good. I like that one too. They have a strawberry one. They've got a lemon one. They've got blue raspberry, which I do have some. I still have yet to try it. I've had it for a while and I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, there's just some really good flavors for this stuff. But also, this stuff uses natural ingredients. So if you read right off the labels here, it's got, chicory root fiber, things like that. So, I mean, everything's going to have a little bit of chemicals because guess what? It's just the world we live in. But, it's got green tea leaf extract. It's got green coffee bean extract. It's got amino blends of L-arginine, micronized L-leucine, beta-alanine. I mean, there's just so many things in this that are just great. It's a very clean energy boost, which is awesome. It's hard to find stuff like that nowadays. And I'm kind of a plant-based supplement person. My protein that I use, which I'll probably do an episode on eventually, is Orgain, and it's a plant-based protein. I'm just not big on a whole bunch of chemicals in my supplements. If as much as I can eliminate them, I try to. So, and it's super easy to find. I mean, honestly, it's at like every Walmart. It's at just about every grocery store. I've seen it just about everywhere I've gone so far. So it's, you can always count on it being there if you need it, but also, I try to kind of break it up here and there, and sometimes I'll mix it with like orange juice, or sometimes I'll mix two of them together. It's 2 scoops. So if I do 1 scoop of one, another scoop of another, and mix that with, something, you can make a recipe out of it. I mean, you can really shake it up, literally, pun intended, and just play around with it. And they've got plenty of flavors to play with. And, it helps kind of break up the monotony of having the same old flavor every single time. But the biggest reason that I like this stuff is I have ADHD. And so this stuff really helps me focus and control that ADHD. So the caffeine and the L-theanine, they create a balanced and sustained focus. So the L-theanine that's in it helps kind of smooth out the caffeine's impact on the body, which will prevent overstimulation, which means that, what it's going to do is it's going to help, like I said, it's going to help smooth it out, and then it's just going to prevent getting too much in your system at once. And then it's also going to promote focused energy directly to the brain. So it's going to help the cells move the energy, move the nutrients to your brain to help brain function, which for ADHD people is a seriously big deal because it's a brain disorder. So, like I said, the benefits of this stuff on ADHD people's, at least for my ADHD level, I've noticed a serious difference. I've been able to focus. It's helped kind of quiet the noise and, keep me awake, because too much caffeine will put me to sleep because everything happens opposite for me. But the amino acids in it actually will support the brain function, which helps with, mental clarity, and it really helps get things done through the day without squirreling. So like I said, it quiets the noise. And so, I don't get it distracted as easy when I drink this stuff versus when I just go, raw. So it really helps with that. It's just a great thing to help with focus. It also helps with low dopamine issues, which is a super common problem with ADHD people. So most ADHD, if not all ADHD people, they will have a low dopamine level. And it's hard to get that up sometimes. So amino acids like the tyrosine support dopamine production. So they're going to help that boost, which will improve not only your motivation, but it's also kind of numb some of those symptoms of ADHD, like focus problems. So the amino acids in here, for an ADHD person, this is great because it kind of just shuts off some of the symptoms. Like I said, numbs the symptoms, which is perfect for somebody like me that needs to be able to focus throughout the day. I am a full-time graphics designer. I do a lot of computer work. I do a lot of work in marketing. And so I need to focus. And this stuff really helps with that. Because the caffeine alone, it's not really going to do anything for me. Like I said, caffeine puts me to sleep. It doesn't, I do drink coffee religiously because I'm addicted, but it doesn't really help much. It does a little bit, but when it's paired with the amino acids in this Amino Energy, it's just like, it gets me through the day. It helps me focus through the day. It gets me that boost that I need to get me through the day cleanly. So what should other people consider? Because not everybody's got ADHD. Everybody is really built and functions differently. So what should you consider based on your specific needs? First thing is I would choose the right caffeine level. So not everybody can handle caffeine the way that some other people can. Some people can handle a lot of caffeine. For example, I can drink probably a 300 milligram caffeine monster first thing in the morning, have another maybe 30, 40 milligram caffeine cup of coffee, and then have a 5-hour energy all in the same day, and it'd make me go to sleep. I'd probably crash and go to sleep. Or it'll just make me tired the rest of the day and it won't do squat. I don't really even get jitters, which for some people that may be, oh, I'm so jealous. Trust me, it's not as great as it sounds because it's so hard for me to find something that's going to give me a boost of energy, which is another reason I like this stuff so much. But some people, they can't even handle 1 milligram of caffeine. The caffeine it gets to them. So really consider that when you're doing this. And also, like the people that do decaf coffees and things like that, this may not just be for you. If you can't handle caffeine, don't use it. But also, it also kind of matters how much caffeine you want for certain things. So for generally, you want, low caffeine dosage for a steady focus throughout the day. And you want a higher caffeine intake for your intense workouts. You want that energy boost before you go crush it at the gym. So just depends on what you're doing too. But also look at how the ingredients are really working together. Do your research on this stuff. The L-theanine in this stuff, for example, like I mentioned earlier in the episode, it will smooth out the caffeine, it will smooth out the caffeine, preventing overstimulation. So it's not going to hit you way too hard like most caffeine supplements do. But also the BCAAs aid in recovery and electrolytes, and they're going to rehydrate you and they're going to prevent fatigue. So, look at how all this stuff works together, all the ingredients, what they do, why they're in there to begin with, and how does one help the other? How does the amino acids help the caffeine? How does the electrolytes help the amino acids? Just really look at it because it could blow your mind, number one, because it blew mine. And number two, it is important to kind of know some of that a little bit so that you don't get something that's just going to, be too much for you. And I would also say match it to your lifestyle. Do you want a daily focus? Are you endurance training like I am? Or are you doing short bursts of energy? All that's going to require different formulas. So what are you using it for? Why are you using it for that? It may be the case that you need different supplements for different parts of your day. I use this mostly for a daily focus supplement, not really as a pre-workout. It could be a pre-workout. It is technically a pre-workout. And I could probably wait and take it right before 30 minutes before my workout to let it digest a little bit. And it'd probably give me a shot of energy, and it'd give me the energy for the workout. But the ingredients that are in it, for me, and what I use it for is really, in my opinion, better for maintaining a good steady focus throughout the day. So I use it for a daily focus pre. So, consider that. Keep that in mind. And if you're going to do a hard workout and you want a high caffeine boost, you probably want something a little bit stronger than this. So just keep it in mind. That also kind of brings me to, you need to consider your timing and your dosage. So taking too much caffeine can help or can lead to overstimulation, while, steady intake through the day, which is what I do, it may work for more sustained focus. I was basically just saying that. Keep in mind when you drink it, how much you drink, etc., etc. So who should try this? I would say people who need smooth, clean, sustained energy without the jitters and the crashes of high stimulant pre's. I would say this is for you. I haven't felt I haven't ever been overstimulated on this stuff. I haven't ever had jitters. I haven't ever crashed from it. This stuff has been clean, sustained energy that, in my opinion, has helped me focus and really keep me on track and quiet the noise enough throughout the day. And I drink it throughout the day again to help me do what I need to do. I would also say athletes and highly active individuals, this is going to support your endurance and hydration during workouts. So you need your electrolytes, you need replenishment. This is going to be good for that. If you're going to do it for that reason, get the one with the added electrolytes. It's just going to benefit you all that much more rather. So I am an athletic person. I do work out 3 times a week. It keeps me on track. It keeps me focused. It does help. I will say it does. I do feel like it does give me the energy I need for a workout, but I do add other things to it, which I will discuss later on. I'll do more reviews on later on in this series. So keep that in mind. But, for a clean, simple, low dose caffeine boost, this is perfect. This is great. If you're going to go do just a quickie run, then use it. Really, really beneficial for people with ADHD. Like I said, I am ADHD. I do struggle with focus and I get distracted extremely easy. It doesn't take much. This has really been a huge benefit, and I explained most of that beginning of the episode, but if you've got ADHD, you may have it worse than me. There are people in the world. This has really, really, really helped with that. So I would keep that in consideration. Maybe give it a try one of these days and see what it does for you. Because you never know until you try it. So also those who want a light, everyday kind of energy drink, this is great. It works great for work or studying or a little afternoon pick me up. And it's not just a pre. Just because it says it's a pre doesn't mean it is just a pre. Keep that in mind. It'd be a good energy drink for you. It doesn't have what am I trying to say? Suds. That's not the right word for it. Carbonation. Goodness gracious. It doesn't have carbonation in it, so you're not going to get the acid reflux that I get, at least when I drink a carbonated energy drink before a workout, which is fantastic. I don't want acid reflux. It sucks, especially during a workout after, you do a huge deadlift and then it just all boils up, So having something like this that's not going to, that's going to give you the same benefits, but it's not going to have the side effects is fantastic. And if you're sensitive to strong, high caffeine pre's, this is great. It's a great alternative because it's a lower dose stimulant with the balanced energy boost. So it's still going to give you the boost that you need. It's just not going to have as much caffeine in it. I think it's great for that. It's not going to mess your stomach up. I would suggest though, because I've done it many times and I'm stupid because I still do it, I wouldn't suggest drinking this and then drinking a big protein drink right after, or anything that's like labeled as a protein anything. It will mess your stomach up, I promise you. And that may just be common knowledge that I just obviously didn't know. But I've done it way too many times, but I really like having a protein drink in the morning, so I kind of just man up and do it anyway and just deal with the maybe 30 minutes of upset stomach that comes with it. Don't suggest doing that. It's really stupid, but it is what it is. So if you're going to do this, I would say, drink this or drink the other, but probably don't do both unless you're like me and you just don't care. This stuff is great, and there's a lot more that I could say about it, and I will say this, if you want a hardcore stimulant and you're highly sensitive to caffeine, don't take it. Don't take this drink. At the end of the day, it's really all about your body chemistry, what you can and what you cannot handle. So keep that in mind. Do your research on it. And, I've highly encouraged, I will provide a link down in the description. And then if you're listening, then you can head over to my website and it'll be there. Head over to their Optimum Nutrition's website and really read what they suggest this is for. I can tell you based on my opinions and my research, but do your own research. I encourage that you do your own research and look through and see, is this for you? Is this something you could use? For me, main thing I love it for is the ADHD thing. It's really, really great to help me focus. That's only reason I drink it. Mostly, and then I just get added benefits on top of that. So keep in the back of your mind what you want it for, what you're doing, why you're doing it. And I'm also training for a 5K, so having a pre-workout throughout the day helps kind of sustain that energy into my workout, and then I use that energy into my workouts to help with my endurance training, but also it keeps me hydrated throughout the day. Again, I do take other stuff on top of this, so I'm not just using this for everything. And I will do a review on some other stuff later on down the road as this series progresses. And not to be all skeptical, I'll just straight tell you what I used for hydration mostly is Gatorade. Gatorade is the king of it. They started it. They obviously know what they're doing. If you watch any football game, guess what they're using? Gatorade. Well, they're probably sponsored, but that's what they use, and it seems to work. And for me, it's worked wonders. So I will go into depth on that in a future episode. But the G-Pod things, I will say, are really great. I got one of those little bottles that are made for the G-Pods, and then you fill up your bottle, and then you just put the thing on top, and you just pop it down, and it'll fill up your Gatorade. You just give it a couple shakes, and there you go, you're good to go. I think those are awesome. So but that's a future episode. So again, we're talking about the Optimum Nutrition Amino Energy. This stuff is wonderful. I can sing its praises all day long, but people have lives that they want to get back to. So, try it for yourself. Like I said, it's at pretty much every grocery store you go to. I've seen it at Walmart, H-E-B, United. Of course, that's just here in Texas, but, depending on where you are, it's probably at Aldi. It's probably at Kroger. Give it a try, give it a whirl. And like I said, I may change my mind later on if I try some other things. I have tried a couple other pre-workouts, but they just messed with my stomach mostly. But this one hasn't. This one has not done that. And they have other pre's, I know that. They have one I think literally says pre-workout on it. That one's a little too high caffeine for me. And I wanted the amino acids in this one because, like I said earlier in the episode, the amino acids really are the main reason that this works for my ADHD. So give it a try, see what you think. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Give me some suggestions too if you guys know one that has the same effects but maybe a little bit better. I know there's several other companies out there. I know there's Bear Performance Nutrition. I know there's Mountain Ops. There's that AG1 stuff. I don't know if that's a pre, but there's a lot of people out there. So I'm willing to experiment a little bit here and there. I'm not one of those people that says if it works, I'll never get rid of it unless it really does work, and I really don't want to get rid of it. So that's about all I can say about this stuff. Definitely get out there and give it a whirl. If you really enjoyed this series, if you have some suggestions on some other things I can talk about, maybe some things that you guys have really proven to be beneficial and you want me to know about it and you want me to review it, shoot me an email, let me know, comment, whatever you want to do. I'm open to know about it or learn about it, try it out, see what it works, how it works. I really am excited about this series. I know I kind of just breezed through most of that, but I'm excited about starting this series. There's a lot of stuff that I'm using. I'm going to also talk about, if you're following my Couch to Champion journey, I'm going to be talking about the stuff I'm using for that as well, to prep, what I'm wearing, my shoes, things like that, supplements, so just keep your eyes open for future Beyond the Gear episodes. I think this is going to be a fun series. So anyway, that's about all I've got for today. Thanks for listening, and I would say stay motivated, stay encouraged, and hey, chase every mile.
Thanks for listening. Remember, in the pursuit of your dreams, hesitation is the enemy. Slam your foot on the gas and go full speed towards your vision. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep striving, stay inspired and motivated, and never stop chasing greatness.